What just happened?
Let's talk about how I got here.
I have a strange addiction to my night routine, but tonight I'm going to be taking it up to a whole new level. After countless hours of research, I have created what is the best night routine ever. According to ChatGPT, that is. So we'll see about that. Now I've broken this routine down into 3 scientifically backed parts, each carefully designed to give me the sleep of my dreams. Get it? And my goal, you may ask, is to finally achieve level 99 recovery on my Whoop, which I have never once done before. Now starting off here with section number 1, and unfortunately this first item I am just not excited for whatsoever. It is getting rid of every and all electronic. This here telefono that I use constantly, probably more than I should, has to get locked up. So I got this here trusty, dusty, literally safe, and I'm locking this boy up until the morning. I'm gonna miss you. Hey, yo! I'll pop it right on in here. So section 1 here is all about the setup. Basically preparing myself for this absolute slumber I'm about to partake in. And part of that setup is vitamins. So I'm gonna be taking 3 vitamins. Each of them, they got some different benefits. Some for sleep, some for personal pleasure. But first, and probably most importantly, is going to be my magnesium here. So really there's only 2 main forms of magnesium that your body takes in very well, and that is magnesium glycinate and magnesium threonate. So I'm taking glycinate today because it's cheaper and I'm cheap. Then I'm gonna be popping some L-lysine. Honestly, I don't think this does anything for sleep, but I get cankers a lot, so I'm adding this into my nightly stack, as well as a multivitamin, just cause, dude, freaking everyone's sick right now, and I don't wanna get sick, so this is more of a preventative measure. Make sure I'm topped off on all my different vitamins. And between these 3 different vitamins here, I should become basically a superhuman whose sole superpower is sleep. And yes, if you're wondering, I chew my lysine, okay? I'm a little bit of a psycho. It tastes disgusting, but I hate swallowing chalk pills. Pause. Now you might be thinking, yo, Carson, what the frick was that? What was that oddly cinematic yet sensual yet intense montage you did right there? Well, let me tell you, a few swigs of water that we have left here in this container. This is my last water I get for the rest of the night. It's 9 p.m. and I don't get any more water. I've got to say I'm quite parched, but no, this 8 ounces here, that is it. My water from now on is cut off. Let me just say I'm gonna take advantage of every last drop of this. I don't know why this is so sensual. I'm going dry the rest of the night, boys. Now, when it comes to sleep, there are really a few main components that are very, very important. One of those components is what's called your circadian rhythm. Now, not to get too scientific with you or anything, but essentially your circadian rhythm is just your 24-hour clock. It tells your body when to wake up in the morning, when to get alert and get ready for the day, and when to start winding down at night. And it's essentially all controlled with your cortisol. So in the morning it spikes, at nighttime it slowly starts to dip down until you are ready for bed. One of the things that controls that circadian rhythm a lot is light. And as you can see, all these tiny little things poking out of the ceiling, they're not very good. Your body doesn't know it's actually nighttime when it's getting dark outside, because it just looks like daytime all the time because of these. So as you can see, and ignore the mess, it's dark outside right now. When you look over here, it looks bright as day. But you know, I've thought of this. I knew this was gonna be an issue. So I've come up with a little game plan. Let me introduce you to my little friend. Alexa, turn on main floor lights.
Okay.
So this is what I like to call my circadian rhythm lighting, where essentially we cut all the overhead lights and dim all of it to lights that are a little bit more calm, a little bit more relaxing, ideally below eye level. But honestly, I just love it because it makes our house look so freaking vibey. And honestly, if nothing else, this is probably one of the most crucial things. So if you do nothing else in this video, do this and you'll probably see some results. I don't really know what else I had to say. So keeping on theme with our lights that we're talking about, we're coming on up here to the bedroom, aka my playground.
What? Carson, bad boy.
Now, one of the most important parts of this here room is getting it as dark as possible. So at night, you might turn off the lights, you might close your curtains, but any light that's coming through, it's affecting your sleep. So I am about to go through with this fresh roll of electrical tape here and black out any and every light that I see in this entire room, to the point where I'm tripping over everything when I gotta go to the bathroom. That's the goal here. So let's get to freaking work. Honestly, it's not even too bad in here. Wow. I'm actually quite impressed. But this light I see every night is on our smoke detector. So that boy is my first victim. Gosh dang, dude, what did they seal this thing with? I just realized they are literally not gonna be able to see a thing. No, it is pitch black. Bro, this is what I'm dealing with is I'm trying to block out all these lights. There's these lights that have bugged me for so long under our bed. And my little co-partner here, not a very helpful individual. He's nibbling my ears. Alright, now I'm sure this probably looks the exact same to you because it's just pitch black. But with the exception of our little TV sensor here and the light shining through the door, we're freaking blacked out, bro. Oh!
There's your proof.
Now for our final item here in section number 1. And probably another really important one, honestly. This bad boy here, aka the thermostat. This boy, we gotta drop the temperature right on down. No, I don't know about you, but I like it cold. I like it real cold. We sleep at a calm little 62, you know what I'm saying? Cuddle up if we need to stay a little warmer, but in my opinion, the colder the better. So drop this boy down. Really the main purpose of that is because your body has to lower in temperature to fall asleep. So this just makes it a little more conductive. That's why when you're laying in bed and you're rolling around all hot, you can't sleep, just fix it. If your parents let you touch the thermostat, drop that boy way on down, boy. And completely off topic, but see this thermostat here? Your boy installed it completely himself. If you need blacked out room, if you need thermostat installed, I got you. Okay. Section number 1. Ding, 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 ding. And now, section number 2. Section number 2 is what I like to call preparation. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Carson, what the frick is the difference between setup and preparation? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure. I originally had 2 categories and I'm like, you know what? 3 categories is a little more entertaining. So I just separated 2 of them and kind of made it the same word, but different fonts. And here we are. So section number 2, preparation. But I have some tricks up my sleeve for this to make it a little extra snazzy. First things first, getting on theme with the snaz. Is that a word, snaz? My red light blockers. And you saw this. Wait, no, blue light blockers, red lens. Now you saw these earlier in the video and you thought, gosh dang, that boy looks good in red glasses. I know. Don't flatter me. I got these on Amazon, about 15 bucks. Essentially, it just makes the entire world orange. Look, I'll show you what I'm seeing right now. Just freaking everywhere. So now that we know the importance of light, look at this. It's like fun education. Now that we know the importance of light, bright lights are not great, but also blue light, aka short wavelength light, is also not great. So these here just give everything a really red hue to it and block out some of that blue light, which is gonna make it a little bit easier for our body to relax. So if you're like, frick, bro, I really don't want to cut out screens all night, then plop these boys on. Still not as ideal as having no screens, but it filters out some of that no good stuff and you can still kind of that brain rot dopamine hit while still optimizing your sleep. So this is what I like to call best of both worlds glasses. I really hope you weren't around anyone when I filmed that last clip because, man, that would look crazy. Just a man dropping his Christmas PJs. But as you can probably guess, holy frick. Next up on the agenda is a nice warm bath to relax. Dude, I've got to say, I haven't taken a bath in a while. And I'm not gonna lie, I was looking forward to this part. And it's not disappointing. I haven't dropped them drawers and gotten a bath in a long time. Gotta say though, I hope my little lady doesn't walk in on me right now, because if she sees me wearing nothing but some red light glasses, man, I don't think I'm gonna be able to fend her off. I got my nice little candle burning. Dude, I'm living the life right now. This thing's fire. I do have to have the door wide open for a little bit of light, which I feel a little bit vulnerable. Other than that, it's freaking awesome. Now next up on the agenda is a little bit of journaling using my dope freaking Elevate notebook I made. I love this thing. Holy. Alexa just went off in the other room. Holy freaking smart home. I actually might have just pooped my drawers. Why was that max volume? Okay, anyways, a little bit of journaling to journal down my thoughts. Now, when I'm filming this video, it is December 30th. So we're coming up on New Year's. So now's kind of the time me and everyone inside of Elevate are trying to get our New Year's goals, kind of get a game plan heading into the New Year's. One of my things I'm trying to focus on is journaling because I'm really trying to hone in on my emotional intelligence. So this is going to be pretty good practice for me. So just a quick little journal, jot down some of the things I'm feeling, what I need to get done tomorrow. The goal here is basically just to get the things off my mind, put them on a piece of paper so I stop thinking about them and I can actually wind down and go to sleep. Let's get some journaling in. Alright, journaling complete. I don't know if this is placebo or what the frick's going on, but I'm pretty freaking tired. With filming, there's a part of me that was like, is this gonna work good or what's gonna happen? Because I kind of still have to think when I'm filming. Dude, I'm cooked. I'm ready for sleep, which is a good sign, I guess. Can't complain about that. But dude, journaling, it just feels so freaking nice. If you haven't tried journaling, give it a shot, even for just a few minutes. It's so worth it. But honestly, I just have like such a love for self-improvement and becoming a little bit better. So for those of you who are watching this, it's probably the start of the new year. You might have started some of your New Year's resolutions. Head on over to my Instagram. We'll put a pop tag right here. But on my Instagram, I talk a lot more about self-improvement than I do on this channel, and I have a second channel as well that's kind of more dedicated to that. So for those of you who like this kind of stuff and like optimizing your life and feeling better and living a more fruitful life, then I think it could be a good thing for you. So hopefully you enjoy that. But from here, really just to freaking put myself to sleep. Honestly, at this point, I might pass out in this freaking chair. Gonna wake up thinking I freaking fell into a coma or something. But is a little bit of deep, relaxing breathing. So I'm gonna do box breathing, which is 4 seconds in, 4 second hold, 4 seconds out, 4 second hold, over and over for about 2 minutes to, yeah, dude, I'm gonna pass the frick out. Bro, I have no idea what time it is, but I'm so ready for sleep right now. I'm waking up with a 99 readiness tomorrow. I probably look so funky right now, bro. I can't just imagine someone looking into the window being like, what the frick is this kid doing right now? And I'm just sitting here meditating with my red light glasses on. But who's weirder, me filming this or you watching this? That's crazy, or I'm sure this dude. Also, I am getting so freaking thirsty, bro. I'm extremely parched, like to the point I'm a little bit worried I'm not gonna be able to sleep because I'm just gonna feel like SpongeBob in that one meme where he's all dried up. That's about to be me. That is me right now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is officially time for stage number 3, aka sleep. Now this one's pretty straightforward, as you probably guessed it. We passed the frick out, but there's a few things that are important for this stage. First things first is this handy dandy air purifier here. Gotta have that clean air, make sure you're not getting sick. It's really just helpful overall. So that's point number 1 for this stage. Second is sleep consistency, which is another important item. Basically making sure you fall asleep and wake up within plus or minus 30 minutes every single night. That way your body, your circadian rhythm like we talked about, just knows when to actually go to bed. So that's exactly what we're doing here. So I guess on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to pass the freak out, and I will see you in the morning with a 99 recovery once and for all. Good night. Good morning, world. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty decent this morning. I had a good night's sleep, had some good dreams, and I'm up and at it. But now, it is time for the moment of truth. Ladies and gentlemen, our grand reveal for our recovery on the day. Bro, what the frick? Well, that was a fail. 60%, dude, that's worse than normal. It could be a fluke. It could be, we don't know. But I guess I'll try it a little bit longer and see if anything changes. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of it was actually a pretty fun video to film. But I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.